Hello everybody, it looks as if Andrew Bennett is finally starting and jumping on the bandwagon. But actually I'm not going to be jumping on the bandwagon here. I'm going to be doing this a little differently. You can see here, this is the public TWS for Tile World. And you can download this from David Stolp's website. David Stolp is one of the best chipsters in the existence right now. So I'm going to actually be playing back all the solutions in there, except when I really need to show you something else. Or if I need to play the level myself, because showing you the solution would be too difficult, or it would be impossible really to explain, so then I will just be showing you how to beat the level and won't worry too much about getting the bold time. Right now we're going to start and show you that hint. You don't have to worry about that at the moment, but I'll show you that next. This is what the hint says. Collect the chips to get past the chip socket. Use keys to open doors. Step on that, you can see right there. Now while you're playing back, conveniently enough, this makes it much easier. Look, I just paused it, but you can still see the screen, as opposed to having that big pause screen up there. You can do that while you're playing back. So that's what makes it possible for me to do this right now. And you can watch. You get the blue key, you can open the blue door, etc. Pick these up like that. In this order, you want to go clockwise like this. You can get the green key, and you can go through just a second run through. You have to go twice around the level anyway. Green keys are infinite, if you just saw that, because you open this door twice. And you just open the socket when you have no chips left up there on that counter. And then you can exit the level. And that's the end of level 1. Play around a bit. Level 2, now as you can see, when you push the blocks here, they make dirt. You try to push a block on the dirt, you can't do that. So the only thing I can do right now is kill myself. Look at that. That's funny. So you have to do it this way. Now, here's how it works. Quickest, pick up the chips while you're close to them, which means you don't have to go back later and take more time to take it. That can be important even if you're not going for the bold time, because it's quicker to finish it. So when you boom this, look at those. Those are monsters. This type is a bug. There are 9 types of monsters in this game. So we're going to go through here. Bugs, right now, they follow the left wall. Walls to bugs can be anything that blocks chip, plus fire, which you'll see a little later. That's easy enough to finish it because you don't have to worry about them. Level 3, take a look at this. This is where the hint tells you about the elements in this game. You can see this allows you to walk over the water without being killed. Ice skates allow you to skate at normal speed. I'll show you what happens later. Fire boots, you can walk on fire safely. Suction boots, you can walk on these like floor. And you can go through here. Easy enough. Now, if you don't have suction boots, you slide like that. That's twice as fast. But before I show you that, I can go back here. You can step off to the side, actually, while you're doing that. Even in the Lynx version, you can do that. Lynx is the original game. It has a little different mechanics. You can see when you have the ice skates, you can skate there. You don't have ice skates, you slide like that, but there's absolutely no way to control yourself on ice, is the difference. Whereas you can do this for force floors. You can even step backwards on force floors, as you just saw me doing, but if you have a very high quality computer, because you can't really see that right now. Now we're going to move on to level 4. There's our hint. And we're going to see those in action. These are toggle walls. They can be just plain old floor, or they can be walls, depending on whether they have a wall inside them. The green button just changes them. As you notice, the green button doesn't make any sound. It does make sound in the Lynx version. Now, depends on how many things are pressing the button on the same turn. Odd number, they switch. Even number, they don't. As you just saw, look at those different chips under those. There's fire, however, under this block in the center. You do not want to push that at all. Now in links, you can push it while you're walking this way. You can push a block that's right there and not have to follow it. That's called block slapping more commonly. We find that the lack of block slapping in MS, there's a lot of things that were not playtested in the MS version, some of which you will see. That block slapping made levels much easier when there were a lot of fire and stuff under the blocks. Now, if we look back at those blue buttons and the tanks, blue buttons just switch tanks, which are another category of monsters. They make them go in the opposite direction, and then when they hit something, they stop. And they don't move again, even if the thing that was blocking them moves out of the way. In links, they kept moving, though. So you wouldn't want to step in front of them. Sometimes they switch back immediately, sometimes wait to move, but that's another time, because that's very advanced. We're going to play level 5. Pink ball just bounces back and forth. Only way it can switch polarity is if it slides on something. Green button, as you can see, makes it clone less often. That red button's cloning fireballs. Now, in the MS version, you can use the editor to link up the clone machine to what it's cloning. In links, it just automatically does it in reverse reading order, which is that way. Now we can open this door. As you saw, fireballs can go through fire, obviously, but they drown in water. The glider doesn't drown in water. It's the only thing that doesn't. Everything else just dies in fire or water, except with a couple other exceptions that we'll get to. And that's the glider moves left when it hits a wall, just like fireball moves right when it hits a wall. Bombs are fatal to everything. You don't want to step on them. So you can see that you can get through there. The traps are released by buttons of that same color. Level 6 gets a little bit different. You can see here, some of those blue walls are not real. You can step through them, but they block monsters and blocks while they're still formed. If you look carefully there, again, why did I go around this? That's an invisible wall. And you can't never reveal that. See some of that? Some of them, though, these are hidden walls because you can actually reveal them. No way to get to those chips, is there? You don't need them. You only need how many are up there. Sometimes you may not want to get all the chips because opening the socket is a bad thing. That's another advanced mechanic. You can see this is the teleport, just takes you to the next teleport in reverse reading order in the same direction you were going into it. Assuming that's legal. If there was a block, if there was some kind of stop there, like say there was a wall there, you would just go to that one instead. Or that one, or that one. If there's nothing there, if there's no other way out, you just bounce back or you go across, depending on what happens. That's the thief. Takes away all your boots and blocks monsters and blocks from going across it. Sometimes that can be a good thing if you lose the boots, because you don't want to, because you want to do this rather than just walk across them. That's another time that we can do that. Now we lose the flippers, so we definitely do not want to get both boots at the same time. It's easy enough when you figure this out. Level 8. This is another really complex mechanic that we have to look at. Odd step, even step. You see down here. When you're in odd step, you can make one move, and then teeth, or blobs. There are 2 monsters controlled by that. Okay, well, we're not really playing this for real right now. Now when we're in odd step, they move in the second turn. This first turn is free for all monsters. So if there's a monster right here, you step on it, you die on the first turn. If you wait 1 move, then you can do that. Okay, so we look at the dirt. As you can see, teeth doesn't go there. Teeth doesn't go in gravel. Everything else can. The chip and the blocks can go on it. Those are the objects. Now, this is how we do this quick. This is an odd step, so you can't see that right now. Now look at this formation here. This is a good formation to use. This is the side swipe. When you go here, if you look at that, teeth already committed to moving left. It'll go chase you in this either sideways or vertically, depending on which way has more spaces it'll be vertical if they're tied. So it went there, it had to commit first. So it moved left. If you moved like this, you can see that if you do this in even step, you're going to die like that. As you can see, the teeth is facing north, so you were here, the teeth is there. It's going vertically, so that's not a good thing. Now we're going to move on to the next level. There's a lot more advanced stuff with teeth as well, but this is the tutorial video, so we're just going to do that. Go right through here. This is where it puts all together. As you can see, that's much easier than it looks. You just have to hold the east key. Now, this is important. These are some good block pushing techniques. When you push blocks around, there's a lot of ways you can do things quicker. Like that took another 2 moves to do, but it brought the block closer to the goal. It takes 4 nice moves to get up there, which is a good thing. It's a good trade. Sometimes some of these are no cost, sometimes some of these are good investments. You just have to think creatively. These kind of puzzles are often called sokoban, because that's where these came from. That's boosting. And in MS version, you don't have to come to complete stop before you can move again. So you can move right onto the next. Look at that, that's fast. And in Links, you have to come to a complete stop before we can move again. So there are a lot of advanced things like the spring slide that you will see later. Now when you step on this, that's the green button. You'll need to press the green button again when you get up to the top. So you can see press it twice by stepping back onto the force floor again. You can get up there, you can get the green key, you can go right to the blue lock. Open that. Lock is the official name for the doors right now, actually. Green key, remember that's infinite, but you're not going to use it again, so you go through here, you have to wait here. You go now, you're going to get killed. So you don't want to go now. The quickest way to do this is wait just half a move like that. I'll show you more about how to do that later. And because you waited half a move, you can make the next 2 voluntary moves in quick succession. You get this chip because it's on the way over to this. There's more on those 2 voluntary moves in spring, and that's called a spring slide. You'll see more about that later. You don't necessarily have to know everything that I'm saying right now. Now, bugs can't touch the gravel, so you're fine there. Explode those bombs. Now you could get that chip, but you're not very close to it. You'd have to take another few moves. So we're gonna get that when we're all the way up there. It only takes 4 moves to take it and come back. And this is gonna be easy enough. See, look, you can just speed this up a little bit. That's a very nifty thing about this new tile world. You couldn't do that before. You saw there was a block or a chip under that block, so that's a good thing. Sometimes you have to inspect those. Sometimes there's hazards under them if they're stuck there and there's no way you can use them. Just think about it. Like here, there's 1 chip left. It might have been under there. This last section, easy enough. Hold the trap down with the block. And that's the end of the tutorial video. We're going to be moving on to the higher levels next time. I'm just showing you the basics right now with preludes to more advanced concepts. So this is a bit of a long video for a tutorial, so apologize for that, but there's a lot of stuff to cover in this game. It's a very complex game. It's so learning intensive. It's a great game. It's one of my favorites of all time for this reason. That's why I'm so good at it. I have to say that. I have to let that out there. And I'll see you next time we play level 10. Bye.